Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your weekly reading for November 20th to the 26th. This is for Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional called a cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity to get more specific and detailed with your reading, Sagittarius. I do this because you know I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your reading. So Sagittarius, again, my shuffling skills are so off this morning. This week, oh my goodness, you are going to love it. I'm so excited for you. We officially move into Sagittarius season. So happy birthday, Sagittarius. I'm very excited. You know, Sagittarius season this time around, I really love, especially this week. And you're going to love it too, because we kick it off with, well, if you saw my November forecast, you know that like the first 2 days of this week are so nice. They're so great. We have the sun sextiling Pluto. Okay, that's going to happen on Monday. But then the day after, Mars sextiles Pluto. Remember, these aspects are just like points in time. So the beginning of the week, like when you blend these two together, oh my goodness, so much empowerment. So much empowerment. Just consider the sun like shining on you. Kind of like what's happening now. I know I'm doing this you're reading really early in the morning where I actually get a lot of sunlight through my windows. So it's very nice. It really is like just expect to, you know, especially the first day. It's like that you're gonna feel so empowered. It's you know, when the sun is sextiling Pluto, there really is a sense of like you're getting what you want. Okay, you're getting what you want. You have all this attention on you. You can get as much attention as you want. You can grab the attentions of others. You can feel really compelling. You can feel really commanding, and then you also can feel, when I say empowerment, Pluto happens to be in Capricorn in your second house of self-worth and self-value. So this is a day for you, specifically for Sagittarius, where you're just going to feel, you're going to feel that energy, and it's going to feel really nice. Pluto is a planet. It's like powerful. Pluto's a dwarf planet, but it packs a huge punch, and it's all about power. And so when Mars sextile Pluto on Tuesday, Mars, which is all about your ambition and your drives, it's really just going toward all your passions now. It's like you're gonna feel unstoppable. It's such a nice feeling. And if you are here for money, take advantage of these days, okay? Because second house is your salary. It's a really great day to ask for a raise, to maybe even get a new job, or if you're feeling like you want a change up, you could also decide to do something that where you boost your income, profits or whatnot. I mean, like, it's just like a great day when it comes to money for you. But a lot of like, in terms of like confidence boosting, this is it. This is really great. And then on Wednesday, we officially go into Sagittarius season. So happy birthday, Sagittarius. This is going to be absolutely nice. You know, the sun in Sagittarius, it's just so much nicer than Scorpio season. And there's nothing wrong with Scorpio. It's just like there is so much intensity with Scorpio, right? Scorpio is like a little bit more intense than Sagittarius. So this is like a lot more, you're going to just feel a lot more almost like, any weight on your shoulder is just finally going to be like, falling off. Okay. So it's going to be really nice in that regard, but just Sagittarius, I mean, you're adventure seeking. I mean, this is just, you're very curious, and it's really, again, a little bit more optimistic too, Sun in Sagittarius, especially because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. All right. So this is, again, very spirited. This is like, you are going to start feeling really good. And the moon is in Aries, actually the same day that we move into Sagittarius season. So that's really nice for you as well, because that's just bringing a lot of energy in terms of, I mean, that's double fire, your BFF, fellow fire sign, Aries there. So it really is the quality of this week, the beginning of this week, kicking off this week. It's this like really big, go big or go home energy. I mean, it's all about you now. I mean, this is really nice. And what makes it nicer, what really amplifies this, is on Friday, Mars moves into your sign. So you see how this is really just like a rocket ship at this point. This is again, there are no planets in Scorpio at this point. And I just have to repeat myself. Nothing's wrong with Scorpio. It's just, it was really heavy. You could have felt like a lot of pressure, and you could have been going through so much that was all in your 12th house of the subconscious, where, hidden things. It's like you had to do some like digging, because Scorpio is all about mysteries too. And there's this like depth that comes with Scorpio. So it was like you really, really being in your head, okay? Really being in your head, and there could have been some heaviness there. And so everything is changing now. There's this huge shift. Mars, actually, Sagittarius, is going to be in your sign, okay? For the rest of the year. So it's very, very nice. It's Mars is all about, that drive and ambitions. Speaking of drive, I've been making the analogy. I don't know if you ever saw Breaking Bad, but at the end, in the season finale, and, this show is like 10 years old. So I'm not like giving anything away here, but when Aaron Paul gets in the car and he does that crazy laugh, and he's finally like free from like all his like the situation that he was in and whatnot. But it was really like, that's what this feels like leaving Scorpio season is like, you have so much freedom now. You have so much freedom, and it feels really, really good. All right. So I really love this for you. I'm really excited for you for your birthday season. And there's a lot of great things that will happen. We also have like a new moon in your sign next month, but still a lot of new things that are going to start happening for you now. Okay. And you're just going to feel a lot nicer. You're going to feel like everything is just like, fine. You're like, finally, things are going my way. Now, with that said, we do have 2 days that are, I want you to be aware of, that may be a little challenging, okay? And it may have to do with home. It could have to do with your home or a significant other, or, your parents or your children, because it is Saturn that's at play here. And Saturn is in Pisces in your 4th house, or domestic sector. So everything that I just said, something about like home. And with Saturn in Pisces, you are definitely going to feel it a lot more. Saturn in Pisces is a 2-year-long aspect at this point. So you are going to be taking home a lot more seriously. And there is like matters of home in your domestic life. And, a lot of y'all, I'm not going to lie, are probably going to move, or thinking about moving, or maybe considering buying property, or, there just could be something there. There could be something there. Saturn does bring a lot of responsibilities, but what's happening is on Thursday, we have the sun squaring Saturn. Okay. So a little bit testing here. Okay. But again, it's how you handle these situations. It's just, think about like all these responsibilities falling into your lap. How are you going to organize them? How are you going to distribute them? How are you going to handle them, right? But this is pretty testing. You could feel a little bit of pressure this day. Just be patient. Just stay determined. You'll be fine. On the 25th, Mars is going to square Saturn. So again, this really amplifies that. So we have Mars and Sun squaring Saturn. And these Saturn squares are, again, not fun. They're not fun. Mars squaring Saturn on Saturday. This is, the two malefic planets. And so they're like two kangaroos like facing off. I mean, it's not, like, you got to watch out. You don't want to be near them. Okay. But they are, it is going to bring a little bit of, you could feel a little stressed about something, or pressure about something, or something just could happen in your world that is, makes you like, it's like heads up. So it is a day where I want you to be, just that cool Sagittarius that you are. And, it, again, a lot, as long as you can handle anything that comes your way, should anything happen that is, feels a little bit like maybe challenging, just keep your head high, trust your intuition, let your intuition guide you. Always be the better person in a situation, always be a better version of yourself. And if you live in the U.S., you know this is Thanksgiving weekend, so there could be, some things, some things that come up. All right, because like I said, this is Saturn we're talking about. Saturn is in your fourth house of home and family and parents and children and whatnot. So there just could be something that you have to like keep an eye out. All right. So with that said, though, I mean, it's great. We're moving into Sagittarius season, kicking it off in this very, very humongously powerful way. All right. I don't know if I've ever used the word humongously before, but let's get started. Sagittarius, let's see what's going on for you for the week of November 20th to the 26th. This is for Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising. And if you want to read for your moon or your Venus, you're absolutely welcome to all the, to get more clarity in, the matters of, what's happening for you emotionally and for like love and money and whatnot. What else was I going to say? I think that's it. Okay. I think that's it. Let's get started. I think that's it. Okay, Sagittarius, that's all the messages I have for you. Well, I have a lot more, and that's what we're getting to. So Sagittarius, like I said earlier, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. Really does give the best overview, in my opinion. If we need to pull clarifiers, we'll pull clarifiers. Secondly, Sagittarius, you'll see that my dog has joined me, and so we are going to. She takes up all my table space, but was she in your? She was in your video last time, right? She was. Okay, you're going to be seeing a lot more of her because we're now at that time of the year where she just likes to be up here. So Sagittarius. Oh my goodness. You're good. Wow. Okay. This is really interesting what's happening here. This is very interesting what's happening here. But you're good. Literally everything that I just said earlier, and I know I usually go in order here, but I'm just going to show you now. Everything that I just said earlier, is here. Okay. Is here. Especially what I said, there may be something challenging when it comes to home, right in your challenge area, but we'll get to that. Okay, so Ace of Pentacles, good for you. Good for you. I really love this for you, especially because when you think about your last reading, what I really liked about it is that it was, you did have like a conflict card in the heart of your spread. So you could have really been going through some things. Okay, that new moon in Scorpio was really really interesting, and it wasn't the best new moon that we've had. New moons, I love new moons in Scorpio, but it wasn't like throughout the year. It was on a scale, it was like here, or is that a scale? It was just like, even like any astrologer out there would attest, it was like possibly like the hardest one of the year. But coming out of it, it's still a new moon, and you have the Ace of Pentacles in your past, so this is really great, and you had the World and your final outcome, so you are that's great. So starting this new journey, and then the new moon brings in new opportunities, new beginnings, and you have the Ace of Pentacles, and so there could have been something new that came through in terms of money, okay, in terms of wealth. You could have gotten a promotion, you could have gotten a job, or a new job, or you could have gotten maybe like even this is also material, kind of like material wealth as well. So maybe a new home, or maybe a new, car, or maybe that, I don't know, Santa Claus outfit that you've been eyeing, whatever it is, whatever, the toaster that you're in love with, whatever it is, it's there's some newness coming through. But it's a lot of like, you're on this new path for sure. And when I say empowerment energy, like you can see, you've got two kings here. Okay. So this is a week. When I say empowerment, come on, this is your week. But I love the fact that, the Ace of Pentacles did come up, because there is a sense of there is something new that is coming through, and it has to do with it could be career wise too, especially when you look at what's going on for you with all the other aspects, especially with Jupiter in your sixth house, so like with a lot of work activities and whatnot. But I really love this for you. This is really great. And so, again, if it isn't money, wealth, there's definitely something there, like a material, like something that you really wanted, okay, that you could have gotten. And then remember, pentacles are earthbound. So, like, your physical world, so it can just be something that made you feel like you have a lot more wealth in your life. Like, think of wealth in like terms of like wealth in family, wealth in relationship, wealth, do you know what I mean? Like, that's that kind of energy is coming through. But especially with the King of Wands in the heart of your spread, which is absolutely amazing. I have not seen the King of Wands in the heart of the spread for a long time. This is really great. So you are going through this big transformation because the males in the court cards, right? For the Wand suit, they bring in the most transformation. Wands are very lively. They are very, invigorating, and they just, speaking of like being very spirited, right? And you have the King of Wands, and Wands are fire. So this is really great that the King of Wands shows up because there's that fieriness, and he's so passionate. He is kind of like the entrepreneur of the kings, okay? And so he definitely like a lot of work energy here, but still like you feeling on top in terms of like your work, or even if you're not here for work, like your passions, okay? Remember, like, ones are like your passions, okay? And career too, work, enterprise, all of those things, but your passions, if at the end of the day. I really love this for you. It's almost like when we move into Sagittarius season, again, it really is a sense of freeness, the sense of like just move. There's so much movement, okay? There's so much movement that's happening. And the King of Wands is very transformative. So it's almost like this week you're going to feel like you're sitting in this throne where there's all these changes happening in your life, and they're all for the better, especially when it comes to your passion. So you could see like, little hints of it, little, like coming up, or it could just be bigger than that too, as in like, yes, I did get a new job and now I am like in a better position. There's a sense of you not being able to sit still. It's just like, it's a very active week for you. It's a very active week, but the King of Wands is someone who is very influential, very inspiring. So I love this for you, and you could feel that yourself too. Remember, I said all these Pluto sextiles is like boosting your confidence and you feeling like nothing can stop you now, right? It's like you're a Queen song or something. But this is really great. Again, you do have the King of Cups here as well. Before we get there, you did get the Four of Wands, okay, in your challenge area. So this week, there still could be something that you really, really, really... it's almost like there's... there could be something that is still kind of like unfolding, right? So it could be something that you really want that hasn't come through yet. Okay, again, that is a keyword, yet. But it is also this card is heavily like domestic related. You do see that it is, that couple there. Listen, this is really just, again, when I say be extra, just be alert, be aware this weekend with all those Saturn squares, because there could be something that is really, something you have to keep an eye on in terms of like, there, it could be just like a heated argument or something that could happen where it's just like, it could be something surrounding what you want to, like this is a card of milestones, right? So like getting married, getting, proposed to, like moving into a new home, right? Or even, having a baby or something like that. But, with it being in your challenge area, it is still, it's like with all these Saturn squares, it could be something that, is not going to be fun for you, because this card is attributed to Venus in Aries, okay? And so with that said, Aries, Mars is the ruling planet for Aries, and so it may be something, and with the North Node your destiny, right? Your calling, moving into Aries. That was your fifth house of like pleasure and love and romance and creativity, but also like family and children, like live in the fifth house. Okay. So, as well as the fourth house, there's an overlap, but that's it, just I would just this weekend there could be just a little bit of tension or pressure. It could be like maybe even for example, maybe your significant other or your partner, you disagree on like where you want to move, right? Or there just could be something that you just have to like be aware in terms of the conversation and see how it goes. But it's a good time to just be responsive and not reactive. All right. But for a lot of others, it really is just a sense that this week it could be just a little bit harder to reach that milestone because of what's happening with the Saturn. It's just like could be adding a little bit of pressure. Okay. So everything here is saying that, yes, you're good. You're good. You're absolutely good. There just may be something where you may feel like, okay, I have to work a little bit harder for this to happen or for me to get out of this situation, or you know what I mean? Like when it comes to that, when it comes to something that you really want to happen for you. All right. So you did get justice. Okay. So this is really interesting because there is a sense of just with it just is something that you really want. It's something that you really want. Justice is ruled by Libra, by the way. Libra is a native ruler of partnerships and relationships, so it can be something with a partner again or a relationship, and this can be work or love when it matters. The other thing is, you know how I talked about the North Node moving into Aries back in July, and well, the South Node moved into Libra, and so you have Aries and Libra here, but it's that Libra is your 11th house. So it's the bigger picture is right now Venus, the ruling planet for Libra, is in Libra. Okay. So it really could be something like matters of the heart that you're thinking about, something that again, it can be partnerships or relationships, but where you think about where Libra is. It's your 11th house. So Venus in Libra is your 11th house, and that is your hopes and wishes. And so that's again all here. Okay. So it's like you're seeking just kind of like this fairness for the situation to play out in your favor this week. There could also be a sense of like still like a little bit of like letting something go that will bring and create this balance in your life, especially because it is the judge with the scale. The other thing is it could be there could be something about someone else. It could be someone in your life. It could be a friend too, or a group or an organization that you belong to, or something that you may lead. That you're. It's almost like you may be seeking some sort of like fair outcome in a situation, like if you've been arguing with a friend or not seeing eye to eye with a group, there could be like that's what you're seeking, but it's all for the good. It's all like you want the goodness in things here, especially because you have the Six of Cups here in the root of your spread. So there is a sense of like, when I talk about like freedom this week, with everything moving into your sign, and then it actually like rocket shipping with that Pluto sextiles, there is that sense of that, but you feeling free, okay, and anything like any sort of like even like I would say karmic debts, but anything that you just know is like, okay, I feel this big shift in my life. We're moving into Sagittarius season. All these planets are, I mean, like we have Mercury, the sun, and Mars in your sign. Okay. So it's a huge difference from Scorpio, like all moving into Sagittarius, where it's just like more like fun. And do you know what I mean? Like it's really great. And you have the fun king in the heart of your spread. And it's your BFF here. It's Leo, the King of Wands is Leo. So, fellow fire sign. But you did get the Six of Cups in the root of your spread, which I really love. And again, it is that fairness. It's that kindness that's coming through. It's like you are going to feel really good this week. You want it too. You want it too. You want it more than anything. You're going to feel it. This card is all about sharing. It's all about kindness. Look at I mean, it's also at a point where, you know, remember I made that analogy about Aaron Paul, and then he's just like crazy, like laughing, like he can't even believe it. And he's just like, it's all this freedom now. He didn't know what to do with it, but it's like, it's kind of like that. It's like, you're moving into this place where like, okay, it's my birthday season. Everything's gonna, you know, everything's gonna feel a lot nicer for you, first of all. But it's like, you know, that you just want to move into this place where you have no stress, where you everything just feels good. I mean, this is tapping into your inner child here. There is like some things where, and it's really funny too, because this card is two reasons why this is so interesting is because this card first is Sun in Scorpio. Okay. And so remember what I said, you were in Scorpio, that is your 12th house. So a lot happening up in the subconscious, maybe even your dreams. The 12th house it's, you know, tricky to maneuver sometimes because it is a house where it's like facing your fears. Right. And there was so much intensity in Scorpio season. The 12th house is also like self-sabotage is in the 12th house. So it really is like tricky to navigate sometimes, but it's just like just like a lot going on in up here. But this is a card of nostalgia. And so it's really interesting because you could have had some really nostalgic moments that were pushing you forward and it may happen this week too, where you do have these really great nostalgic moments where it really does empower you, and you think about like some of the great things that have happened in your life and like those places where you felt really good and all these wonderful things were happening, and it like really you inspire yourself just by having those moments. And I encourage it. You know, nostalgia is proven by research to increase wellness of life. Okay, to improve mental health and well-being. So have those nostalgic moments. Think about those times, right, when you were, I don't know, like we're in high school, like listening to Four Non Blondes with your friends, like with the windows down in your Volvo and screaming it singing and whatever gets you on. Like it makes you feel good. It makes you feel good. Okay, but I love this for you. Absolutely love this for you. There is a sense of like, remember what I said, like inner child here. It's just like you having like no care in the world, letting your guard down, like not like, and being able to do it comfortably. So I really love this because you have the King of Cups in your future. And so you see across your cross, you have the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the King of Cups. You have and then you have Justice, and then the Six of Swords. I mean, like, you have a really great spread this week, and you're definitely going to feel it. You're going to start feeling a lot like as if it's easier to move, like, there's less weight that you have to carry. The King of Cups in your future, it's just, you know, the King of Cups, it's so interesting to me when I do these readings, to see what comes up most in everybody's readings. There's always one card that does a lot of overlap. I would even say even like up to two cards, but like, you know, last week it was like the Fool came up like in a good majority of a lot of readings, and it was like more than normal. Okay. And also the Empress. And it was that new moon that, you know, again, new moons bring new beginnings, new opportunities, but now it's the King of Cups who has been showing up in a lot of readings this week. And but in different placements, you got the King of Cups in your future. This is absolutely amazing. You have the power of the King of Cups, the King of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles. This is really great. King of Cups. This king is just, you know, very, very emotionally stable. He leads with his heart. He is a loving king. You know, he's the type of king that knows the name of everybody, right? Everybody in his kingdom, his empire, whether it's, you know, the emperor, whether it's, you know, a farmer. That's how much loving, you know, love he has. A lot of self-love too. Remember, you're going to feel a lot of that, okay, with as we move into Sagittarius season. But
even still, because that's your first house, right? So it's identity and the role that you play. So anyway, King of Cups, this is more about the emotions, right? Cups are emotions and love and feelings and wonderment and whatnot. And even intuition, he is the most intuitive king. And so I really love this for you because King of Cups being the most intuitive king, like you're moving into a place where you are, it's like, again, less stress. It's like less stress, more love. Like it really is a really, really nice feeling. And as you know, love is like a superpower, and it's, it's a super conscious. And, when you're connected with that love energy, when your heart is completely open, like, you unlock so much potential. But what's really interesting here is that the King of Cups is Scorpio. Okay. So that's also very interesting because there's almost like a sense of protection with you getting the sun in Scorpio here in the root of your spread. I mean, we are leaving Scorpio season and no planets in Scorpio, but I love the fact that these are coming up because it's almost like you made it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like you're sitting in that throne because of what you may have been, if there were any challenges for you in, like the past few weeks, it's like, now you're sitting pretty in that throne. And you can see that his throne is literally on top of water. I mean, you look how turbulent the water is too. And so nothing is going to knock him off that throne. I mean, he's good. Okay. And so there is this just love and passion in your spread this week. I really love that. So you're good. So it's like your passions are sorted and you're moving into this place where you're going to feel a lot more like emotionally stable, if that makes sense. Like, you're just gonna feel like everything is like you can let your guard down now, okay? And you can just like feel it all. So let's get to your stuff. Sagittarius, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Let me know what's going on. I want to hear from y'all. And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. I wouldn't be here without you, so I am truly grateful. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, oh gosh. You're good. You're good. Okay. So, yeah, it's like it's almost like that Aaron Paul analogy can't be like, if it's almost like it was like that scene was made for you for this moment. It's really, really nice. You're good. I mean, this is possibly your best. Like, let's get started. Speaking of what I mentioned earlier, there you go. You got the full. I can't even I don't even know what to say at this point. Like I said, the full came up in a lot of people's readings last week, and so it's and now in yours. Okay, so you're good. You're good. I mean, like this, you are on. There's a lot of new. I mean, the full kicks off the Fool's journey, right? Like you're starting this. That's actually what you want to. You want this new journey. There's a lot of risk taking when it comes to the full, and it builds that confidence. And it seems like a lot of y'all may be doing things that you may be considering is like, I'm taking this risk and doing this, or I'm taking, I would encourage it. I would encourage it. You do see that he is standing on the edge of the cliff. He's like no care in the world, right? He's not even looking down. That's how much like confidence he had. Remember I said confidence is going to be a big thing for you. You're going to feel that boost of confidence this week. And it really is, there's that sense of adventure that comes with this card, a lot of optimism, a lot of opportunity, a lot of innocence with this card as well. Just kind of like packing up like everything, all the essentials, everything that you've learned from the past few weeks, and you're just like, this is what I'm taking with me to move forward into this new journey. I really love this. I absolutely love this, and I do want you to take risks because it is what like builds confidence, like I said, and confidence is taking risks. So, but you have the full abundance of the sun in this card that it is the sun is in your sign. So you're good. And the sun is like optimism, and it is like opportunity. It's growth. It's vitality. It's so nice to see the full show up in your spread, as well as the Ten of Cups. So you're good. You're good this week. This, with the Ten of Cups coming with the King of Cups, by the way, is very nice. If you know, this card is like, first, the only card in tarot where there's a rainbow, right? So the rainbow indicates like a promising future, right? Especially you see the cups aligned in the rainbow. That's a lot of enlightenment, right? The cups over their heads. And then you see the family here. You see the family, the children, the couple, they're happy, they're dancing. This is a card of like happy, everything happy. Especially again, with so much, there's going to be so much focus with, home and family and children and your domestic sector, your partner, like that's going to be a thing. It's going to be a thing. Okay. So, and it really is like, if you're single, you're in a really good position to start something. Some of y'all may have entered new relationships, but if you're single, so that could like go mingle now. I mean, this is it. Like, this is your time. Like, you have a lot like shining on you. But you're good. You're good. You have the King of Cups with the Ten of Cups. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. And then you also have the Nine of Cups. So it's like everything. So it just seems like it's like there is this like happy ending that you're searching for, and it feels like it's coming. And it's like that's the only thing you really want, is to have this enlightenment now. This card is the card of like a wish coming true, right? And then it's also, I say it's the genie in a bottle energy. You see him sitting there like a genie, by the way. So it is, and again, cups over the head, okay? Just like the Ten of Cups. So like that enlightenment is truly what you're going to be seeking this week. And it seems like it's, your future is a King of Cups. Like you're good. You're really good. You're absolutely good. Your last card, your final outcome, you have the Six of Swords. I mean, you're very, very, very good here. You're really, really good here. One of the reasons why this is really interesting to me is because, as I said, with Saturn moving into Pisces for the next few years, you are going to be starting to take, and you may already be doing it now, putting a lot more attention, a lot more focus in home, in your actual physical home, in family, in parents, in children, in, like whatever resonates with you, with your relationship, right? You're at home. And it's showing up so much here, especially because these two cards, the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Cups, are ruled by Pisces. And so remember, I said Saturn's is in Pisces. Neptune's in my Pisces too, but that is your fourth house of home. So it is very, very, it's just such a nice spread. And then lastly, you have the Six of Swords. This is all about moving forward in like this headspace that you're in. It's like with you breaking free into this place where you have a lot more freedom. It's like physically, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. Swords are the mental suit. So, the air suit, like what's going on up here. And this is, you can see my finger here on the turbulent waters. Look at which way the boat's going. I mean, it's like the Maldives, like you're moving into paradise, like mentally, like you're finally like, it's again, it's almost like this lift of any sort of like burden or any kind of weight that's been like, or even if you felt like, there was like a mountain on your shoulder, it's like gone now. It's you're moving forward into the promised land. There's a lot of protection with this card. I love this. It's, you can see the ferryman with his family, a lot of comfort, the swords in front of the boat, that protection energy. Like you're going to be good. You're going to be good. It looks like there are some things like from the past, especially with the Justice card coming up, if there have been anything from the past that you were seeking fairness with, there is almost like if there have been anything, if there has been anything that was like really hard for you, even like on a deep level, like deep subconscious level, I would like learn from it, learn from whatever may have happened. Okay. Just so you're well equipped. Okay. But also, it doesn't mean you have to take it with you on the boat, right? And that's the other thing. Like, even though they are moving forward, you see the swords in the boat. Okay. So, any of these swords, anything that you do not want to take with you on this next cycle that you're moving into, which is very auspicious, leave them back on shore. All right. Leave them back on shore. And so if there have been some things that have happened and there hasn't, where you feel like you haven't had a sense of like closure, just do it now. Do it now and make peace. And even if you need to communicate with people, that would definitely be a big thing. Because it's going to make your journey a lot more easier. And there is so much karmic energy, especially with the Justice card. There's, so much karma here, but it's like working with your karma, always constantly thinking about that. Well, I mean, don't let, you know what I mean? Like, it is something you always want to work with. Your karma's, it's not static. It's constantly moving. You're constantly working with it. And there's such a big connotation with karma with the Justice card, but also with Saturn. So, yeah, you're good. There again, maybe something that maybe a little bit like challenging that you still, it's like one last squeeze. And it's like you still may, in terms of like, something that you really want that's going to bring you joy, something that's really, really nice, that maybe a little bit of like, it's your duty to have that breakthrough this week with the Four of Wands in this part of your spread. But other than that, like, you're absolutely good. This is a complete 360, 180 from your last spread. It's like very different. Very different. This is like, we are officially moving into Sagittarius season, and you will feel it. You will feel it. It's going to feel really good, and you're really good. I'm very excited for you, especially with like, there's so much happening here. It does feel like there's, again, with your two kings, with the Justice card, like a lot of empowerment energy. It's kind of like you have so much control over not only just like your external worlds, but like in your destiny. This is really big. So Sagittarius, thanks so much for tuning in. Oh gosh, if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, let me know what's going on, and then and we'll talk more about. I will be doing your December forecast, and we do have a new moon in your sign, which is a really big thing. But anyway, we'll talk. Okay. Thanks so much. All right. Bye bye.